Good evening, sports fans. This is the first edition of my show. Um, I've been reading some comments on Facebook and everything else on the game that just ended in Philadelphia with this New Orleans Saints beating the Eagles 26-24 in a Shane Graham field goal. And let's get this out of the way first. Um, all of you know I'm a big Eagles fan and like to take shots at me because of that. Some of you bring the argument. Oh, Dallas has 5 Super Bowls. Eagles don't have none. Don't have none. Whatever. You can take the 5 Super Bowls and stick it. Look at the season this year. All of you guys, all of you, picked the Eagles to finish in last place this year, including myself. I had the Eagles winning 7 to 9 games this year. Maybe not winning the division, not getting into playoffs, and to turn around. And I don't care how bad the division was. Chip Kelly came in here, and I had doubts when he got hired by the Eagles. I wanted them to take John Gruden if they had him, no doubt about it. Goes 10-6, wins the East, and I believe from what I heard today, he's the first year coach to take his team and win a division title. So, all you non-Eagle fans, give Eagles props just one time. One time. That's all I ask. Now let's get to the game. First quarter, it was nothing. Both defenses filling each other out. Eagles did get a turnover, but didn't convert into points. And one of the key plays of the game in the first half was the missed field goal by Alex Henry. Eagles got no points out of it, and it was Saints scored in the second quarter, made it 7-6. It was 7-6 at half. Nobody was really moving the ball at all. Third quarter, Saints opened up. The third quarter scored 13-7, but then the Eagles drove down, scored, kicked field goal fourth quarter, in the end of the third, got a touchdown in the fourth, 24-23. And what Governor Ed Rendell said on Eagles post-game live, and it's probably the key of the game, third down conversions. Saints 7-13 on third down. Eagles 3-12. Difference, drove down the field, converted a couple fourth downs. Win 26-24. Saints did a good. Eagles defense did a really nice job on the Saints receivers. Jimmy Graham only had 3 catches, 44 yards. Colston wasn't a factor. Meacham wasn't until the end. He caught that long pass there on that winning field goal drive. Breeze really didn't have a typical day. 20 of 30, 250, a touchdown and 2 picks. Foles 23 of 33, 195 and 2 touchdowns, no turnovers. Eagles win the turnover battle 2-0, but don't win the game. Another key. Shady 21 carries, 77 yards, a touchdown. Mark Ingram, they didn't have Pierre Thomas. You got to give props to Mark Ingram, 18 carries, 97 yards, and a touchdown. And another key to me, the Lewis guy, the corner, got hurt in the second half, concussion. They go to Deshaun Jackson, and he got 3 catches, 53 yards in the second half. Didn't get thrown to him. Didn't even look to him in the first half, and I think that was a key. You got to be able to use your weapon. Get a couple yards. Deshaun, throw maybe a 5-yard pass to him. It'll soften up the defense, but Saints did a good job. They deserved a win, and now they go to Seattle next week. Eagles finish, including the playoffs, 10-7. Looks bright. They'll probably have again middle to lower first round pick. They need to, and we'll get to this. closer to the draft, but the Eagles, it's obvious they need some safety help. Kerry Williams, I was kind of disappointed in the middle of the season, but he's worth keeping. Trent Cole's unbelievable job this year, switching from a 4-3 to 3-4. Connor Barwin, D'Amico Ryans, got to give props to them. They did a right well of a job. And finally, the offensive line, got to give them props. Played every game, started every game. That's the first time in a long time that I can recall an Eagles offensive line played together for a whole year, and it made a difference. And Nick Foles, Chip needs to make him the full-time starter, and if you can get Vic to come back as a backup, take less money, that would be great. It's obvious he wants to start. He wants to start, and if he does, so I told him thank you. He did a decent job as an Eagle. So there you have it. The take on Eagles Saints win. Congratulations to them. And I'm being as non-biased as possible. I'm calling it down the middle, and that's my job. If I'm going to do this show, the Saints did a good job, but as an Eagle fan, it's one time give the Eagles props because nobody picked them to win the East, let alone get into playoffs, let alone win 10 games. And I don't care how bad the East was. And to say, some people are saying the East was, yeah. Look at your team. Take a look at your team and look who's running your team. That says alone as to how bad the division is. So, there you have it. Let's go to that first game now today. And I bet you thought the Chiefs had this game in the bag. It was 31-10 at half. Dominated every game, but you knew something was up to in the first quarter. 6 plays in, Jamal Charles goes down with a concussion, didn't come back. And they had a bunch of players go down throughout the game. They lost 4 players throughout the ball game, and that hurt. Colts come back. They come back to win 45-44. They outscored the Chiefs 35-13 in the second half to win. Alex Smith finished the game 30 of 46, 378, 4 touchdowns. Dwayne Bowe, 8 catches, 150 yards, and a touchdown. Luck, despite the 3 picks, 29 of 45, 443, and 4 touchdowns. Colts for win. How many times have you seen the Colts or any team 4 turnovers? You don't win too many ball games turning the ball over 4 times. Heck of a comeback by the Colts. I'm not sure who they play in the next round. We'll get back. We'll do that tomorrow. T.Y. Hilton for the Colts. 13 catches, 224 yards, 2 touchdowns. What a ball game for him. And you got to give props to them. So, that'll do it. That'll do it. Coming up next, in my next segment here, we're gonna talk a little hoops. There are some top 10 teams that lost. We're gonna talk a little golf. As we have Zach Johnson leading. We'll go down through that. And I'm going to discuss a little bit of the latest on the Penn State coaching scenario. We'll get into that later on. So this is the end of the first segment. We'll be right back after this time out on the Little Record Show here on Facebook and YouTube and whatever.